Ah, dude, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. It's always such a nostalgic feeling creating a fresh RuneScape account, and every time I've made one, I always get those butterflies in my stomach that bring me back to simple times. After playing the Ultimate Ironman game mode for almost a year, it's nice to break things up and have something to post in between these long delays between the main UIM videos. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, but I've never really had a good opportunity or a reason to. But now with all this crazy stuff going on in real life, me and I think a lot of others have a lot more time for RuneScape this month than we all originally had planned. I've just been AFKing my main UIM doing Zaya runecrafting for the last few weeks, and I'll still be here for a few more weeks. It's been pretty boring though, and during this time I think is a good time to make this little side series, the free-to-play Ultimate Ironman. However, for those of you that have been watching the UIM series, I know we all joke about me not maxing my main UIM, but maxing is very far from the goal of this account and this series. There's two goals of this series. The actual goal in-game is to get all the free-to-play quests done, but the goal of the series itself is to get people interested in the Ultimate Ironman game mode. I haven't done any planning for this series, and while I've kind of had the idea in the back of my head for a while, I literally just decided to do this a couple hours ago while I was taking my yearly shower. I'm recording this March 18th, 2020 by the way, so I assume this video will probably be up like a day or two after I'm recording this. By the way, this isn't meant to be a very long series, probably just like a few weeks to post in between the main UIM videos, since they've slowed down quite a bit. If there is some interest in this series, I could make a little progress on it after getting the quest done. But yeah, in terms of actual content, the quests are what we're going for. Now, for those of you that don't know the different game modes, Ironman means playing RuneScape without being able to trade other players or receive any kind of help from other players for the most part, but we're not going to go into that part of the game. And you can't use the GE or have players teleport you or anything like that. I think you kind of get the point. Now, Hardcore Ironman means you have the same restrictions as a regular Ironman, but you get a red helm next to your name that means that you haven't died. And if you die, you turn to a regular Ironman, the red helm turns gray, and your hardcore high scores are crossed out and locked into the high scores forever, and you could only compete on the regular Ironman high scores from there on out. And now, what makes Ultimate Ironman a totally different challenge from any kind of other official game mode is that with Ultimate Ironman, you cannot bank. A common misconception about Ultimate Ironman is that a lot of people think they can't die just like hardcore, but that's wrong, they are allowed to die. Obviously, a free-to-play UIM series like this isn't meant to be focused on making insane progress or anything like that. I want the point of this series to be me explaining what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and why I'm doing things, and just explain my thought process as I go about playing a free-to-play UIM. And hopefully by doing that, it'll make the game mode not seem so terrifying for those of you that have maybe been on the edge of making a free-to-play UIM, but haven't wanted to commit to one just yet. There's no self-imposed restriction on this account, by the way, like area locked or anything like that, besides just being free-to-play. I want to enjoy the game for what it is, and take these next few weeks to explore the game mechanics without a bank, but this time in free-to-play. Okay, so live commentary, no more of that voiceover. This isn't really meant to be a guide exactly, although it may end up being that way for some people, but this is meant to be my journey and my exploration of this beautiful game that a lot of us have grown up with and all of us probably love. And maybe hate, because I've learned over time that RuneScape does tend to be a bit of a love-hate relationship. But of course, we have to set our game mode over here with Paul to Ultimate Ironman, of course. Best game mode, not biased. There we go, we are now in Ultimate Ironman. And for any of you that may be considering possibly making your own kind of YouTube series or something as an Ironman, or especially as an Ultimate Ironman, make sure whenever you get a level, you have to say, on the ultimate, just so people know that you're an Ultimate Ironman, by the way. Do you want to go to the mainland? Yes, let's get going. Here we go. I'm so excited, dude. Every time I make a new account and I just end up here in Lumbridge, I just get that little giddy feeling as if I was a little kid again, just exploring and discovering the game for the first time. Here we are. I'm gonna set my F keys first and foremost. So, sorry, I'm in a different place and okay, yeah, BRB. Whenever I make a new account to set up the F keys, literally I just bring up my older accounts and just match them just like that. It saves a little bit of time that way instead of trying to remember. This is also a very handy little button right here. Escape closes current interface. So if you check that, all you have to do is press escape and you can get out of any kind of menu like that. Very helpful when you use the bank. I picked a name that I felt was very fitting for the whole Mudkip theme, but you know, the goal of the series is to get all the quests done. And I think just naturally the first quest that we have to do is Cook's Assistant. And I don't even need a guide for this. I'm sure a lot of you don't either. All we have to do is go collect our bucket of milk, our egg, and our flour. So let's get on top of that right now. Hey look, it's my content. Milked over and over and over and over. Just kidding, I don't play hardcore. Dude, I wonder if these are like all bots over here. Maybe not. I feel like this used to be a very popular botted spot. Although I guess at this point feathers probably aren't worth that much, I'd imagine. Back in my day, we didn't have these music track unlock notifications here. We had to manually check our music list to see what we unlocked. And kids these days have it so easy. Also, : toggle roof. Most people I don't think like playing with the roofs on, so type that because I don't think there's a way in game to adjust that. I mean, maybe there is with advanced options, maybe. I'm just used to typing toggle roof. Maybe there's something in here. And there's our flour. Let's go bake that cake for the cook, which we haven't started yet, so he's probably gonna be very surprised that we just happen to have all these ingredients, but we'll get the quest done and grab our cooking XP. I feel like this quest, Cook's Assistant, is just so iconic, and like when you get it done, it's just another very, very nostalgic thing. And yeah, we have all the ingredients. And it's also really weird because the first level I'm very used to getting on the account is level 2 thieving, which obviously is free to play. We can't train thieving, so the very first level that we're gaining is a cooking level, or I guess in this case 3 cooking levels. So 4 cooking out of this quest, and usually what I would do would be start RFD right away, but yeah, we can't do that once again. I actually forgot for a few minutes that we're playing on the UIM, so I'm going to drop a couple of these items maybe that we don't need. Oh yeah, I don't have shift drop on either. Let me change that. Shift drop, very useful thing to have on. I think naturally the next quest we should do is sheep shearer. So we have to go talk to Farmer Fred and then shear 10 of his sheep. And then go to, yeah, you guys have probably done this quest before. Probably as if I have some like very low expectations for all of you. I mean, you never know, could be a brand new person watching this video who's never played RuneScape. So welcome to the game. I hope you're enjoying your experience so far. I know I said 10 balls of wool before. It's actually 20 balls of wool. I was testing all of you to see how many would get that right because comments are obviously in real time. The first struggle of playing UIM already, I have to make like 21 free inventory spaces. We need money to buy shares actually. Can I sell like the shrimps? 2 coins. Oh, that works out so well. And then we can buy the shares. We probably won't be ranging for a long time, so I may as well drop that, and then I think we could buy them back from the archery. I think there's 2 archery stores. One in Varrock and one in Remington. I did not look that up, I swear. This is all just off the dome with my extreme RuneScape knowledge that I have. So you go talk to Farmer Fred and then shear 10 of his sheep. I remember there's a ram here, there were a few rams here maybe, and you would try to shear the sheep, but then you'd accidentally attack the ram and you'd just kill the free-to-play noobs. Almost as bad as those dark wizards. I don't know why, I just randomly remembered that on my main UIM, when I did this quest, I had to make 2 trips back and forth. I remember thinking that was the most tedious thing, and just the fact that we had to do 2 trips for this on that account, it almost made me quit the game mode because of how challenging it is. But you know what, I've learned the Ultimate Ironman game mode so well, I figured out what items I don't need, and now I'm able to do this quest all in 1 trip. And I'm sure my parents are very proud of me for that. I'm actually currently away from home for a month right now, and I'm in a very rural redneck town right now, and just like seeing this guy just reminds me of all the people that like live around here and all the neighbors and stuff. It's pretty bogus to say, but I mean it's pretty true. Anyways, wait, did I get 1 extra? Oh no, okay. There we go, 150 crafting XP and level 3 crafting. Woot. Okay, next up we're gonna do Restless, Ghost, and Rune Mysteries. And they kind of follow the same path, sort of, between like going to Varrock and back to Lumbridge, and we have to go to the Wizard's Tower a couple times, I think. So we're going to kind of do those hand in hand because they kind of just go together. I probably should have started the quest when we were back in Lumbridge because the freaking run energy recharges so slow. It used to be that your agility level, which isn't really relevant to us, but agility used to work in free-to-play, as in when you were walking, your run would restore faster. But I'm pretty sure they changed that so that your run does not restore faster in free-to-play, even if you do have a high agility level. So we're going to be doing a lot of walking around. That's okay though, I'm in no rush. I'm just enjoying life, taking it one day at a time, and just having a good time, you know? What's the rush for anything? Okay, and Rune Mysteries has also been started. To the Wizard's Tower, and let's not die to some monster along the way. Okay, wait, I always get the order of operations wrong when I'm doing these two quests. You have to talk to Father Ernie, and then... oh, we have to talk to him, go back, and then come back to Wizard's Tower, and then we could hand in the talisman with my extreme RuneScape knowledge that I have. Usually when I make a new account, to be honest, I just kind of like walk back and forth, like doing one quest at a time, not even paying attention, but we gotta be proper and efficient here. Not really. It's literally the opposite of this series. It's also important, I would imagine, as a free-to-play UIM, to take advantage... oh, let me turn that spell filter off. I don't like that. To take advantage of your home teleport that you get once every 30 minutes. You can't use minigames... actually, can you use minigames to teleport in free-to-play? Maybe you could do... Castle Wars is actually free-to-play now. Okay, never mind. There are free-to-play teleports. Maybe Last Man Standing also. Okay, and maybe Clan Wars too. Okay, so those actually could come in handy for free-to-play as well, but I guess the ones that'll be relevant for us today will be the home teleport. Gotta make use of that, but not overuse it to the point where we're stuck somewhere, and this would be nice to have. Apparently, Restless Ghost is a very difficult quest, and a lot of new players die while doing it, so they're proposing changing the level of the skeleton from level 13 to level 6 because we are about to fight or run away from a skeleton right here. This is so unfair, man. I should be able to vote on these polls right here, but I need 300 levels. I need to be a member. I need to have 25 hours of playtime. I can't believe they're excluding me, man. I really think I should have a say in this game and the future, and I think I know what's best for the longevity of it. Okay, that was very difficult. I'm literally just walking. Okay. No, don't kill me, please. Dude, I love RuneScape so much. Okay, we have given the Restless Ghost sweet release, whatever that means. Hopefully it's not a euphemism. And, well, there's obviously nothing wrong with that. It is current year after all. And there's the quest complete. We got a lot of prayer. That's actually, I feel like it's quite a lot of prayer XP for early game. So level 9 prayer out of that, and we have unlocked all of these prayers right here. Okay, so all we gotta do here is turn in these notes to Cedrador, and that will be the end of the Rune Mysteries quest. And by completing this quest, we unlock everyone's favorite skill, the Runecraft skill. I think the air talisman's hard to get in free-to-play. I think the only way is by killing the air wizards, which are a 1 out of 20 drop from them. So maybe not the most difficult thing to get, but I'll hold on to it until I need space for something. But I feel like we're not really struggling for space at the moment. But we got, let's see, we're at 4 quest points. I have to pick up my girlfriend from work, so I probably won't be able to play for the rest of the day, so maybe I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know why I'm saying it, because it doesn't matter for you guys. You'll see me back in like 10 seconds. But I've actually been sitting here in the dark for like 3 hours now because I've been having so much fun playing this account. It didn't take me 3 hours to do these quests, by the way. I've been like editing this stuff together as we go. Anyways, I'll see you back later. Okay, we are back, and here's where we left off. Let's continue on with the questing though, of course, and next one I want to do is the Mistalin Mystery Quest. So I guess we'll teleport back to Lumbridge for that. You get some gems as a reward, which we can sell for GP, even though we don't need GP, but who doesn't like money? And you get some crafting XP from it too. What the hell, dude? Look at all the bots. Oh my god. Why are they fishing shrimps? Is that like... oh, maybe they're like preparing the accounts for fishing lobsters in Karamja. Maybe that's it. What I was going to say though is that this quest wasn't originally a quest. This was actually the Halloween 2016 event, which eventually was pulled to be the quest. And apparently, according to the wiki, the pull to include Mistalin Mystery as a permanent quest passed by the narrowest margin in the history of Oldschool Runescape, and it reached the 75% threshold by 10 votes. Fun fact. Dude, the Bandos Godsword from this cutscene is kind of like the grabbing the party hat from the cutscene with the wise old man, or the ruby ring from the rock basement. It's just one of those things you'll never get. Wow, toxic YouTuber calling his viewers poor, SMH. This is probably the most difficult part of any free-to-play quest. It's literally more difficult than Dragon Slayer. Bro. When I first did this quest, I thought the killer was like supposed to be you because I've always had the same hairstyle and same skin color and stuff, but I realized later on that it's not actually supposed to be me. It just happened to have the same hairstyle. Cool, so we got some dead bodies here. Let's grab our chips and dip and finish this quest. Okay, so that is the quest complete. We got a bunch of crafting XP, which puts us to 7 crafting, and some gems, which we will eventually sell to a gem shop. When this quest originally came out, there wasn't a crafting XP reward, so if you did this quest years ago and there wasn't a crafting reward, you can come back here to the Miss Lynn Mansion place, whatever it's called, and talk to Mandy and get your free 600 crafting XP. This is why it's really important to do quests as early as possible on any account really, because like 1000 XP means a lot more now than it would if you have like level 50 in a stat. I always say questing and diaries too, but I guess if you're free to play there are no diaries. Questing is a great way to progress any account, especially because a lot of quests have skilling requirements. Okay, let's head over to Drainer Village and do Ernest the Chicken quest. Now, if you're a member or plan on becoming a member, you might want to hold off on this quest because there's some Slayer Masters that assign Killer Watts, and Killer Watts are not unlocked until you get this quest done, and they are a very sucky task, so just something to keep in mind. But you also do need the quest for Animal Magnetism, and the accumulator is a very nice thing to have. Yo, Drainer Manor is freaking popping today. Look at the mini-map, there's so many people here. Very odd they're all level 3. Very, very odd. I'm actually so shocked to see that. Dude, I actually can't get the stupid poison because this bot keeps picking them up. No, no. Tell him to sit. Yeah, oh, I have spaces typed. Okay, whatever. Okay, so apparently in this room, we're supposed to grab the fish food, and there appears to be a lot of people who also need some fish food, so, oh shit, wait, can we get it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll try hopping worlds a few times then. Well, it seems to be that every single world has a bunch of these players here trying to collect the fish food, so let's try one more and see. Okay, this actually could be a bit of a challenge. Oh, geez. Oh, please. Did we get it? Yes! Okay. You know, this probably isn't the best look for brand new players to the game, like actual players who are trying to legitimately play the game. What's this even worth? Fish food's worth 400 GP on the GE, huh? Maybe it should be untradeable and have like unlimited spawn or something. I don't know, I'm not an economist, I don't trade. I shouldn't be talking. Now here's where a lot of people would make their first armor upgrade. Well, maybe not first, but there's a bronze med helm on the ground here, but that's just gonna weigh us down more. We don't even need that. And if we want to get armor, we can just grab the Ultimate Ironman armor for free, which is the same as iron armor, so that's kind of an irrelevant item for Iron Man. Okay, this is the tank test. Let's go. I probably should be running. This skeleton's way too powerful, man. I think we should decrease the combat level to like 3. I could have died right there. By the way, for any new players, if you do die at the current moment, your items will stay on the ground for 1 hour, which could change in the future, but that's how it is right now. Okay, there is Ernest the Chicken complete. We get some money from that, which I'm sure we will find a use for someday, and 4 quest points. Now, this is one of the first quests added in the game. It was the 7th quest, apparently, and I think the reason why some of these early quests, like this quest, and then Romeo and Juliet, which gives 5 quest points, I think the reason why they give so many quest points is because the game was so new, and they weren't quite sure how they'd be balancing the quest points eventually. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. And speaking of Romeo and Juliet, that is a great transition into our next quest. So let's head over to Rock and do Romeo and Juliet. What's up, Romeo? We have a modern day term for people like you. It's called being a simp. Ooh, our first random event. Is this the fishing one or is this the balloon animal one? Hopefully it's the fishing one. Damn it, this one sucks. Wait, we just unlocked a lot of music. Hold on. Look at all those music tracks. Okay, what do we get? What do we get? Disappointment. Yeah, it's pretty disappointing. If I had a bank, I would pick some red berries while I'm here for the Knight Sword quest later on, but thankfully we don't have a bank, so we're not going to worry about wasting inventory space right now with those. Hey, hold your head up, King. There's plenty more queens for you to simp in the world, like Philippa, apparently. There we go, quest is done, 5 quest points from that. Like I said before, quest points were probably really weirdly balanced when the game first came out. So we are currently sitting at 14. Massive progress has been made today. This man was literally in love with Juliet for so long, and then as soon as her cousin comes by, he just completely starts simping her. This king picked his crown up so fast. Okay, I was thinking of doing Demon Slayer next because the demon that you fight at the end, even though it's level 27, if I recall correctly, it only has 5 hit points, so it wouldn't be difficult exactly, but you do get aggroed by the Dark Wizards, and I'm sure as a lot of us have learned 15 plus years ago, Dark Wizards are not very nice to be around, especially when you're level 4, like we are apparently. How are we level 4? Oh, right, because we got prayer up before. So I think I'll wait to get a little bit more combat XP before we go fight the demon for Demon Slayer. Okay, I forgot this quest existed. X marks the spot, but it's a very, very simple quest, so we're going to teleport to Lumbridge and knock that one out. This building right here was the source of a lot of controversy because this had originally been a house, not a pub, for the longest time. And then in February 2019, they changed this place into a pub when they add the X marks the spot quest. And this made many players very angry. Okay, this was actually like the fastest quest ever. Give me my treasure. There we go. Some more GP, which we don't know how to use yet. What do free-to-play people use XP lamps on? I guess Runecraft, right? That's probably the most annoying skill to train. Okay, actually that's a decent amount of Runecraft XP. Level 4. I mean, I guess we could try the beginner clue that we get. I really don't feel like doing that. Let's actually clear out the inventory a little bit, and we'll sell these gems too. When you sell items to a general store, the price when it has no stock of that item is the low alchemy value. However, there's specialty shops that sell specific items, like in this case gem shops, or there's like sword shops, shield shops, stuff like that. And we're gonna find a gem shop. I know there's 2 of them that I know of at least. One in Faldor and one in Al Kharid. And we're going to sell them to those shops because we'll get a little bit more GP because they specialize in those. So if you trade Herkwin here, he doesn't actually stock any of these gems, at least these ones right here. There's no stock of them, so you can't buy them, but we can sell them. So 70 GP and 35 GP and 18 GP. Oh, I guess it does stock 1 sapphire, so we can't sell that right now, just hop worlds. Okay, there's probably bots buying out all the uncut sapphires from all the worlds, so we'll just sell that to the general store. It's really not a big deal anyways. And here we get a whopping 10 GP. So we're missing out on like 8 GP here. None of this really even matters, to be honest. I feel like at some point we'll just end up dropping the cash stack just for space. Well, I don't know. GP is probably one of those things that you'll always want to have on a UIM in free-to-play. The Knight Sword quest is probably one of the biggest quests to do in terms of like XP that you gain from something versus how easy the quest actually is. So we have to get 10 mining, which is a requirement. And if you're an Ironman, you also have to get, I think it's like 10 cooking. Yeah, 10 cooking at least, because you have to cook a red berry pie. But I kind of want to just kill chickens for a while and cook their meat and then train cooking that way and get our combats up that way too. So I think we'll just do that. The Lumbridge chicken pen does have like a fireplace that you can cook in. I'm not sure if we can cook using this fireplace though, so we'll try it. I don't want to use the Lumbridge one though because there's so many bots there. So I'd rather use this spot because there's no bots here at all. Should I bury the bones for prayer XP? I guess I may as well, right? And maybe I'll collect feathers. I mean, can't hurt to pick them up. If I don't need them, I just drop them later, but I'm pretty sure that we cannot cook these. Oh, we can. Okay, cool. 5 cooking. By killing these chickens here, we're knocking out a lot of things at once. We're getting cooking up for Knight Sword, combat up for Vampire Slayer, and of course, eventually we'll have to get a pretty decently high combat for Dragon Slayer, but that's pretty far ahead in the future. Maybe some other quests this is helping us with as well. Something I really want to make sure to talk about is what things as a free-to-play UIM should you not do before you become a member. And really, I think the only thing that actually matters the most, or at least is something to think about, would be training combat. A lot of ultimates do 99 firemaking right off the bat at Wintertoad, and you generally want to keep as low of a hit points level as possible, because with a higher hit points level, you take more damage, and in turn have to eat more food. And when you can't use the bank, because obviously you're an Ultimate Ironman, that could make it a bit of a struggle. As a level 3, it's very easy to just bring a few pineapples, which can last like an hour for a solo game. But if you do all the free-to-play quests and spend a lot of time as free-to-play before becoming a member, you might have like 30 or 40 hit points or something by the time you're ready to commit to members. And there's really no easy way to do Wintertoad with those stats when you're like 30 or 40 hit points. But with that said, there's definitely other easier methods to get food once you reach like the mid game, such as fishing minnows to get noted sharks, or utilizing POH pools, or using the jewelry box / strength cape to get to the Warriors Guild to buy cheesy potatoes. I'm sure there's plenty of other methods for the mid game too. So what I'm saying is by testing out a UIM in free to play, it's by no means locking you out of the content forever. You just probably wouldn't want to do fire making right away when you become a member. But other than training up combat in free-to-play, I can't think of anything else that would affect you as a member on the UIM. And the beautiful thing about Ultimate Ironman, or I guess this is just RuneScape in general, but I think this especially applies to Ultimate Ironman, is that there's no right or wrong path to take. Pretty much every Ultimate Ironman has a very, very unique journey from every other UIM account, and that's why I love the game mode. So I really hope you enjoyed episode 1 of the free-to-play Ultimate Ironman. And as I said, the goal isn't to make insane progress, it's to, first off, just get the free-to-play quest done. But mainly, it's to possibly inspire you to try out the game mode, and I also just want to have fun and entertain you. So, at the very least, as long as you enjoyed the video, that's really what matters most to me. I hope you're all doing alright with all the craziness and uncertainty going on in real life, because I know a lot of people are having work/job issues and whatnot. So, at the very least, it's nice that we all have this game as an escape, you know? I actually went on a road trip right before the whole thing blew up, and now I'm currently chilling in Oklahoma for the next month, and I've actually been making a lot of IRL videos. So, if any of you have a lot of extra free time now and care to see what I've been up to in real life, the link to the IRL channel is in every single video description. But with that said, again, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're doing alright out there. Make sure you hug your loved ones, but maybe not too close, maybe just like with your elbows. And have a wonderful day, and I will see you again next time.
The wind sounds like an owl.
He said you sound like an owl?
The wind said I sound like an owl.
She did.
Who?